Divorce.
Hey man, welcome back to the Super Divorce YouTube channel.
Welcome.
Nicholas Villars here, aka Super Divorce, and today, Camcorder Comics, comic review for you. We're going to be talking about Gehenna, Naked Aggression, released on the Image line of comic books. This is brought to you by Patrick Kindlin. He's the writer and the main artist, Maurizio Rosenweig. Here we have one of the variant covers on top. This artwork here is done by Asuji Yamamoto. I read that he was most famous for his work on the Metal Max video game series, which I've never played before, but I looked into it. They look fun. They go way back to 1991, had a slew of games released over the years, most recently in 2022. I'll have to check those out sometime. Maybe I'll do a gameplay video at some point. Maybe on a live stream. I live stream every Monday through Friday, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stop on by sometime. Anyway, as you can see, this right here, this cover, was the one they had sitting out front on the rack. The other's behind this one. And I saw that as I was browsing today. First time I had stepped into a comic book shop in ages. But I said, you know what? I miss comics. I miss buying them. I miss reading them. I miss reviewing them. So why don't we do a Camcorder Comics today? And I went out looking for something. I didn't know what I was going to buy. I had no idea. I browsed up and down all the books, and I didn't find jack nor shit. A few covers caught my eye, but here's the problem. I've talked about this many times before when discussing newer comics, is that you see something eye-catching, you flip it open, and the interiors are absolute horse shit. Now, in my opinion, you should never have a cover artist who makes your interiors look like horse shit. The cover artist can be great. The cover artist can have a different style, but it should never make people feel let down when they go from opening the book to the inside. That happened to me every single time something caught my eye today. It's like no one knows how to actually draw comic books anymore. This is a big problem. Not just in the indies, not with indie publishers, but I'm talking Marvel, DC. Back in the day, you go in, you see a badass cover, you flip through it, and the cover art usually would kind of entice you into flipping the book open, and then what you saw inside would also be eye-catching and enjoyable, but not the case so much anymore. But this right here, this ticked the boxes of awesome cover art and then awesome interiors. So like I said, we got the cover here from Asuji Yamamoto, famous manga artist as well. He's been around for quite some time. I looked up some of his manga stuff too. He did it's called Saber Cats and some other things. His artwork looks awesome. I'm going to check out some of his stuff. And then we had a cover variant here. This is actually drawn by the interior artist. This is from Maurizio Rosenweig. And that's a good sign, because you see this and you're like, hell yeah. Now, I didn't know when I was looking at this was the interior artist as well, but two great covers, and then I saw this one. I was like, They had this cardboard cover over it, and it was packaged in plastic. So I had to buy this to be able to reveal it for myself, and well, there you go. This cover was done by an artist named Maria Lovett, who also has a new book coming out at Image, I believe on September 3rd. It's called Artificial, and that one's going to be about a sort of futuristic setup where a lady employs the what would you call it? The comfort and companionship of an android lover, who then kind of becomes obsessive, and sounds like it's kind of a thriller. But I looked up Maria's Instagram. Lots of great art there, lots of very sensual artwork. And as you can see, I had to cover up some of the things that were going on here. Couldn't show you everything. But anyway, long story short, on the cover art, they did a bang-up job And so the next step was to be like, okay, let me flip it open and see what it's all about. So I flipped it open, and this is what I saw first. We see a struggle, we see a fight happening, and this right here, here's the titular character, a big titular character, Gehenna. That's Gehenna right there. This lady is named Issa, as far as I can tell. I think that's her name. But it starts off with Issa. She's in a shootout right off the bat. Action-packed. Balk. We've got blood. We got fall-time leaves on the ground. We got blam shooties going on. The plan goes sideways, it says. So whatever's going on is not what was intended to happen, but that's what's happening. So Gehenna, she grabs up this boy. She throws him inside the house. They're making a run for it. The shootout is still going on outdoors. They go upstairs. These guys are coming. And I mean, it's just it's eye-catching. It looks professional. It looks like this is drawn by an artist who knows what he's doing and wants to make it fun with tits and big explosions and gunshots and swoops showing shit's going on. It's not just people sitting in a coffee shop, which you find in so many comic books, especially in like superhero books. Why did that start happening? People sitting down drinking tea all the time, just droning on for page after page. You see these panel, and it's just like a guy's face. And in each panel he's just saying something different. Not here. So they go indoors. She's like, shh. Someone's out in the hallway. Balk. There you go. Thud, boom, 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 boom. Look, I mean, action on every page. Reloading. Up close shots. Dynamic views. All over the place. She's taking care of business. She's here for something. We don't know what. Look at this right here. This was a standout shot, in my opinion. This guy, he's creeping outdoors. He's trying to get in and then gets a shotgun right in his eye. Chicka-bam! And look at that. And, you know, it's like every time you see the titular character, you see the cheesecake. And that is also fun. No shying away from the sex appeal in this one. So they got to get out of this apartment. She sees a fire escape. They start heading up. Look at that right there. Nothing boring. No boring views. No boring perspectives. So you get this. It's looking down. Brings you up here. They're climbing. There are dudes down here still looking for them. They're up on top of the building now. They're trying to figure out a way to get from rooftop to rooftop. She's glancing over the side. She's trying to figure it out. She tells him to look for something they can use to cross. They got to get across from here to here. What are you going to do? Oh, you got some wooden planks. We'll grab one of those. And I love this. This is fantastic. Look at this guy. He sticks his head out through the window. They've just come up the fire escape. He's like, maybe they're out here. Huh? 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 And then she looks down. Bakoom! Fantastic sound effects. Great onomatopoeias in this one. And then just splah! Not drawing from all of your sort of typical onomatopoeias, but just making new ones up. Splah! I don't think I've ever seen splah before this comic book. But look at that. You got the eyeball flying. You got the silhouette with the goo, the black blood running and splurting and splorchling down. I mean, it's not messing around. This is high-octane action from the get-go. And then, blaskow, boom, look at that. This is not, they're not trying to say, well, what would it really look like? This is just what it looks like. This is how they're making it look for fun. And the shootout continues. And the kid's like, what are you doing here? You know, like, what's the deal? Why are you coming after me? Why did you come to my house? And we start getting some flashbacks where she's telling what's going on. And the deal is that her husband took a job as a security guy at a club. he ended up breaking up a fight. He punches this dude who ended up being the son of a crime boss. And so that put him and his family in the crossfire. And things didn't go well after that. We'll continue on here, but here you go. I mean, another great action shot. Running down an alleyway with the car behind him, giving chase. And again, it's like everything is dynamic. There's lots of movement implied, and you can feel it. It's almost like you're watching a movie when you're reading this damn book. And then we meet the lady from the cover, Issa. She is the detective, we could say. She's maybe a detective. She's dressed like a detective, not just a beat cop. But here she is. And you might be like, well, a cop wouldn't wear that in real life. And that's the point. And that's the whole fun of comics. Is it doesn't matter if a cop wouldn't wear this in real life. That's the fun of it. You see? And next page, she's seen the guy, the aftermath of the car chase down the alley. Something bad happened to him. She's down on her paws here, on her toes and paws. Maybe a little bit of a nip slip, a shadow of a nip slip. I don't think it's a real nip slip, but she's thick as oatmeal. She's looking around. She's trying to figure out the crime scene, trying to piece together the pieces, kind of like Willem Dafoe in Boondock Saints. She kind of gave me that vibe. But then back here, this is what happened to the guy in the alley. He got a big bakoom, a gack, right in his face. And then, I mean, this is just great comic booking right here. This is just fantastic comic booking. Need a lift? Also, I don't know if I forgot to mention this, but the book's individual comics here are separated into parts. This is part 3, Need a Lift. Part 3 begins here. So they're continuing their escape. Issa is trying to continue her manhunt, or woman hunt, if you will. Gehenna and the boy have gotten into a car with these old folks. The old wife is spooked. She's praying to Jesus right there. This guy's wondering maybe if the Illuminati might be involved. They got the little dangly cupcake Teletubby hanging from the rearview mirror. Very sweet couple, but they're totally out of their element. And you can see the shock right here. I mean, that's a great close-up panel. And he's, my wife, please. And then you get some more backstory. They fled town, trying to get away, and went to a motel, hotel, Holiday Inn to hide away. And what happened? Her hubby got a raw deal. He didn't know who he was slugging in the face when he slugged that guy. And that's too bad. But there she is. She's cuddling up with her baby child, and now she comes back to reality, and she's not happy thinking about everything that's gone down. And then at the end of this book, they give you a little preview of what's to come in issue number 2. Issa going into a liquor store, and then to a barber shop, asking if she can review their fucking surveillance footage and such. Got a nice little Gene Simmons jacket on there. I've seen also in, I think, issue 2, there was a guy wearing a Kiss t-shirt. So someone involved is a big Kiss fan. Stands to reason. Now, this next page really sold me on this series. Here we have a little essay, if you will, written by Patrick Kinlan, the creator of this book. And he says here, have some goddamn fun. We're going to read this right now because this is important. This whole thing is important. This is what mainstream, indie, all comics need, an injection of this page right up the asshole. And we're going to read it right now. Have some goddamn fun. It says here, certain pieces of media shape you, or at least leave you with dents. And it's not always the most lauded material that makes an impact. In fact, it usually isn't. Because critics can attempt to tell you what's good, but they can't tell you what matters. The Punisher number 36 is no critic's idea of a brilliant comic book. The creative team that made the book would agree. The title character makes a reference to the classic noir story the issue steals its premise from. This is a self-aware schlock from pure comic book men. Deadlines approaching, borrow whatever ideas you need to. But man, if it didn't make its mark on me. I was a kid, and the moment-to-moment storytelling was wild to me. Sure, the violence was the hook, but the way it almost felt instructional was what thrilled my young mind. What if I ever needed to set a bunch of men on fire? Luckily, I had that issue of The Punisher from when I was 7 to hold my hand. What about a motorcycle drive-by shooting? Oh, we got that covered? Cool. That's information I can use. Characters demonstrating the process of their powers, even if it's just a willingness to kick men in the chest, has always been my thing. I'm one of the rare readers who puts Samurai Executioner over Lone Wolf and Cub for exactly this reason. I felt like I was learning a valuable skill in every chapter of that title. What if someday the man I am tasked with executing asked me to see the cherry blossoms one last time? Often lately, I feel like I'm not being instructed by comic books, but educated. Given lessons, sure, but it's not like I'm learning a trade. More like someone's unlikable aunt is the substitute teacher, and boy, does she have something to... That unlikable aunt is who has commandeered, who has infiltrated and destroyed not just mainstream and indie comics, all comics, but many forms of media, just sucked the fun out of everything. I want to learn to chop off evildoers' heads. I want to learn how to survive a submarine explosion. Need to teach? Then teach me how to cut a tracking device out of my neck. I'm tired of being educated. As a certified adult, I require no sage-like wisdom or wise sagedom. And above all, no moral guidance. What I need is stories where men get kicked in the chest. Stories where guns only run out of ammo for dramatic effect. I need pulp. I need exploitation. I need fun. So Maurizio and I sat down and made something fun. Everyone is getting kicked. Everyone is getting shot. It's moment to moment, and maybe you'll learn how to crack a man's head. Gehenna is a book I want you to invest in and come back to when we do the next series. I want you to buy the single issues because they grab you, and this one did. It grabbed me. Then buy the collected volume for your bookshelf, and I will. I want you to care about it, but I'll trade all that to know you just had some goddamn fun with it. Thank you, readers, collectors, and retailers. More to come. And that sold me on this. That sold me. Because I just kind of flipped through. I was like, yeah, it looks pretty cool. Is this going to be the one that I pick up? I read this, and it was an insta-buy. And I'm so glad that I did. And right here, have some more goddamn fun. I guess he also works on this book called Frontiersman and Antioch. And then he's got another one coming out here. Here's like a little teaser for something that says Kinlan and Laliat, Eastern European Folk Horror, Fall 2025. That looks interesting. I'll pick that up now because I'm a fan. This is how you make a fan. Earlier when I woke up today, I didn't know who Patrick Kinlan was. I didn't know who Maurizio Rosenweig was. I didn't know Maria Lovett or what's his fucking name? Asuji Yamamoto. I didn't know any of these people, and now I'm a fan of all of them, and so that's how that works. And it's like, let me cover this up. I can't do that. I can't do that on YouTube. But here are the variant covers. I'm missing this one, which I thought I bought today, and I guess I did not. I did not. And then this one right here. I'll have to pick that up too. Because now I'm all in. Now I want to collect this. I don't really need a million books to follow. I was just hoping to find something that I'd be enthusiastic about today, and boy oh boy, can't recommend it enough. So, highly recommend getting into Gehenna Naked Aggression. And then I've got issue number 2 right here. I read that, but we're already at 20 minutes, so I'm not going to go into the full review on that one. If you enjoyed this, let me know, and maybe we'll break that down as well. And then I think issue number 3 just came out yesterday. So I didn't see that one. It probably sold out. To be quite honest, that's probably why I didn't see it. And for good reason, it sold out. That's that though. I mean, I can't recommend it enough. So go out, buy all copies available. I think it's a 4-part series from what I understand, but I hope that they keep going. I'd love to see more. This is the kind of thing that I would keep coming back for. You know, because there's no shying away from anything that makes comics great in these issues that I've read. This is just fun storytelling, fun action, fun sex appeal, not taking itself too seriously. It's just across the board. S+. So great job, everyone, working on this one. I'll be back for more, and I hope you'll be back for more videos in the future. Like I said, a live stream every Monday through Friday at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Stop by a live stream, hang out, play some video games, and then I also do, you know, the uploads, full game playthroughs, shit like this. Whatever the mood brings about. That's it for now, though. Until next time, everyone, take real good care, keep kicking ass, love you a lot. Lord willing, be back very soon with another video for you to watch. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
We gonna go viral with this one.